Okay, so this next exercise is it's usually one of the first things I teach people. He throws a punch with his right hand and I parry to receive that punch. My hand is centered between the middle of his arm and his elbow. You never touch the wrist unless you're doing a pulling action because your partner's going to fold and hit you. And then I throw a punch and he parries. And he parries around the elbow area. And we get a parry punch type of drill happening. Okay, so from here, I'm punching on the center line and then I punch out on the sideline and he deflects it on the sideline and he continues to punch and we just move through this pattern. And I'll randomly use a wide angle swinging type punch. Now, as we do this, my partner's never done this exercise before, this is his first time. So I'm going to go from here and then I go, okay, now just turn this out, get it close to the crease, hang your elbow, hang your shoulder and drop your body weight onto that point there. And that disconnects my power. And then we continue. So his first time he sees that Bill Sow movement is an application. He found it himself. He figured out, okay, I've got to stop that hook. And then we continue. Parry. Every time I parry, I'm touching his base. I'm feeling his base. Every time he parries, he feels my base. So stop every now and then, check your partner's structure, check your structure, and then change the movement. And your partner sinks the joints, softens down, and then continue the flow. And then keep adding the movements that you know into this flow to teach them. So the person finds the movement themselves rather than you teaching the movement. When they find the movement, you make adjustments in their structure. So you drop the joint, sink the body, and test the structure, and then continue with the flow. You want to teach it at a rate which doesn't give the person you're teaching any time to think. They can't analyze, what should I do? This, because if a person's thinking as they're inputting learning, they'll be doing it too slow to apply it in real life. You have to go fast enough so it's instinctive. They just have to put their hand up so they don't get hit. And then refine how they put their hand up, how they connect their structure. So this way of learning, of inputting information, needs to have a flow rate that exceeds their ability to think about what they're doing, and then they just do it and you make corrections inside of them doing the action. This way of learning, this parry punch drill, is a real gift in Wing Chun because it's the rhythm of it doesn't allow the intellect to take over and wreck the learning process. In a fight you can't think, you just have to act. So in this situation we're doing it just fast enough so my partner has to act but he can't think. And then we stop and make corrections and get the correct feeling and we keep flowing. And you put every technique into your partner's body this way so that they're just flowing and acting according to the stimuli that's coming in, and you make micro adjustments in their structure, micro adjustments in the way they're flowing until they're in that Wing Chun stream of movement. This allows a person to have a very high level of martial ability in a very short amount of time because they're not having to analyze, they're just reacting to forces. And when they want to apply this in a self-defense situation, they just increase the amount of intent. They've already got the flow, they've already got the instinct to get their hands in the right place. You just put a combat attitude behind it, it just ramps up, it's faster, it's more powerful, and works very, very, very quickly. Where if a person had learned how to punch the air, do a line drill, they had learned, okay, I've got my arm here, my hand there, they don't have any timing built in, they don't have any contact reflex built in, they haven't got punches being thrown at their face and not dealing with the forces that are being put upon them. So the first birth of each learning has to be inside of the application, inside the timing. So the neurogenesis of the brain, the nervous system, how it develops inside the function of the movement. And every movement has to be experienced this way for the first time. Once a person has done several thousand repetitions of this, at least 5,000 repetitions, which can be done in a few training sessions, then you can start them on the wooden dummy, grounding out the structure, doing some line drills to get the elasticity in their body, getting recoiling force, and going through all these other principles that make Wing Chun what it is. But don't let a person think too much when they learn the movement for the first time. They have to be inside of a flow. And this will input the information in a very functional way So it becomes martially realistic very quickly. Okay, thank you for your time and see you on the next video.